What up, everybody? What up, everybody? What up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of AC Reviews the World. I'm your host, AC the Engineer, and we are at episode 71. Yep, we're at episode 71. When you're watching this, it should be 11/22/2025. Most likely around, I don't know, one time. I'll probably drop it around 10. Might do 10. Or I might do 6. I might do 6 later that night. But it'll be dropped on November 22nd. Like always, we got a lot of crazy things to talk about. The world is a crazy place, but that's why we got this show, so we can review the world together, y'all. So we can review the world together. We got things ranging from stupid people making jail calls against them linked to double murders, naked intruders getting killed by a 79-year-old. We got some crazy things, crazy topics to talk about, and some things that we just need to review. Like always, if you disagree with anything I said, please leave a comment. Let's talk about it. We can have a civilized discussion about disagreements. No need to get angry. And because you know what, for some reason in this world, people can't have a disagreement or have a discussion with somebody over different topics without getting angry and trying to throw some hands. But let's keep going. That's what we got to do. We got to review the world together. If you have any videos that you want me to review, please send it over to my email. It's acreviewstheworld@gmail.com, a dot after the A and a dot after the C. Y'all remember to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that notification bell so you can be up to date on all the videos I drop. But you know how I like to do it. Let's get right into it. The first thing we're going to cover today, the very first thing, we're going to look to a jail call that links a woman to 2 homicides. I don't know why people think that their jail calls are private, but let's get into it. We got a video and then we're going to go into an article about this. We got to review the world together, y'all. We got to review the world together. Let's jump into it.
Details were revealed in a court hearing today about the double shooting at an Okolona apartment.
WLKY's DeAndre Turner explains how officers connected Jasmine Brown to the case.
It's here at the 800 building in downtown where detectives say Jasmine Brown was helping her friend with her baby during the double murders that were taking place at her home in Okolona. They say while she did not pull the trigger, they believe she played a big role in setting up the murders.
She said that my house is getting ready to be on the news.
22-year-old Jasmine Brown was in court Thursday. She's accused of helping plan the murders of Marion Caldwell and Kavion Faulkner at her Falcon Crest apartment in Okolona. Homicide Detective Brad Russell testified witnesses tie Brown to the murders.
She saw 2 males that had ski mask on in the FaceTime call. And then at the end of the conversation, she heard Miss Brown say, "They're asleep, the door's unlocked. Go ahead and go on in."
He also says a series of jail phone calls also linked Brown to the case. Those calls are between Brown and...
Let's back that up a tad bit, because that's a crazy statement. Let's back that up a tad bit.
Falcon Crest apartment in Okolona. Homicide Detective Brad Russell testified witnesses tie Brown to the murders.
She saw 2 males that had ski mask on in the FaceTime call. And then at the end of the conversation, she heard Miss Brown say, "They're asleep, the door's unlocked. Go ahead and go on in."
He also says a series of jail phone calls also linked Brown to the case.
So she set them up. Sounds like she set it up. So FaceTiming the people. Yeah, the door unlocked, just go in now. Yeah, she deserves to be in jail.
Those calls are between Brown and her boyfriend Clifton Jones, who's locked up on a manslaughter charge. In a call on September 13th,
she stated to Mr. Jones, Miss Brown did, she doesn't love them like that. She's not going to risk what she's getting ready to have done to them. And then stated, if I love them like that, I wouldn't be getting ready to backdoor them.
He says backdoor is street slang for setting someone up. They say in later calls, Brown told Jones that Caldwell had been talking badly about him, and by September 29th, the plan was carried out. Brown attorneys, however, argued she was manipulated.
You have no reason to believe that Jasmine Brown, at any point in time, had a gun in her hand and fired a gun, do you?
No.
You have no reason to believe that she was there when this occurred.
Correct.
And in fact, she was not even near the scene when this occurred.
Yes, I think it's fair to say yes.
She also argued to have Brown's bond reduced.
Judge, as a mother, all she wants to do is get home to her child.
But the judge kept bond at $1 million
Good.
and sent Brown's case to the grand jury.
Good. Don't reduce her bond. You got the defense attorneys got to do what they got to do. They got to say what they can say. They can, because that's their job, is to get them off. But come on now, somebody heard you on FaceTime and on the jail phone. Come on, it don't matter. You're going to jail. Don't reduce her bail. Absolutely crazy. Any more in this?
DeAndrea.
Nothing else in this video. Let's go over into this. Let's go over into this. See if there's anything else that we can learn from this situation. So a judge sending the case of a woman accused of setting up her roommate. Let me zoom in some so everybody can see it. Zoom in some. So a judge is sending the case of a woman accused of setting up her roommate and his friend's murder to the grand jury. Detectives say 22-year-old get that out the way. 22-year-old Jasmine Brown was helping her friend with her baby in the 1800 building downtown during the double murder that was taking place at her home in Oakland. I don't know how to say that. They say that while she didn't pull the trigger, they believe she played a big role in it. She said that my house is getting ready to be on the news. Jasmine Brown was back in court Thursday for a pretrial conference. She's accused of helping plan the murder of Marion Cadwell and Kavion Faulkner last month at the Falcon Crest Apartments in Oklahoma. Russell testified that Brown was tied to the crime through witnesses. She saw two males that had ski masks on in a FaceTime call, and then at the end of the conversation, she heard Ms. Brown say that they were asleep. The door is unlocked. Go ahead and go in. So that must be the witness. Must be the helping her friend with her baby, the friend who had the baby. So that's the witness. He also connected her through a series of jail phone calls to her boyfriend, Clifton Jones, who is currently locked up for manslaughter. And they love that bad boy. They love that bad boy. He said those calls spanned more than 2 weeks starting on September 13th. She stated to Mr. Jones, Miss Brown did that. She doesn't love them like that. She's not going to risk what she's getting ready to have done to them. And then stated, if I loved them like that, I wouldn't be getting ready to backdoor them. He said backdoor is street slang for somebody who's setting them up. They said in the later calls, Brown told Jones that Caldwell had been talking badly about him. And by September 29th, the plan was carried out. Brown's attorney argued that she was manipulated. She was asked the judge not to find probable cause on the complacency, but rather just falsification to reduce her bond to $200,000. As a mother, all she wants to do is get back home to her child. But the judge kept the bond at $1 million and sent her case to the grand jury. With her willingness to end the involvement and the statements the court heard today, concerns for that are significant. And so I do find that Miss Brown is a danger to the community. Yes, 100%. She sounds like a danger to the community. She's backdooring people. But like I said, the defense attorney has to say something, has to try to get her client. That's her job. I could never be a defense attorney just because some of the crime, you got to defend some of the worst people. I mean, everybody's entitled to a defense. That is our court system, and I agree with that. But some of the worst be having these crimes. The worst of the worst. But they said she's 22 years old. How old is she? 22. At 22 years old, she threw her life away. For what? She said they was talking bad about her. Hold on, let's go back to that sentence. They said the courts, they say in later calls, Brown told Jones that Caldwell had been talking badly about it. Jasmine Brown. Why did they say her? They say him, not her. So her. So they was talking bad about her. That's based on the news article that we just read. And that is why she ended up backdooring them. She let them stay at her apartment. Set it all up. Here, you can stay there, yeah, for free. Go ahead. And then made sure the door was unlocked. So the people on FaceTime, who she FaceTime with, for some reason she FaceTime the people with her next to the friend. Some people are stupid. Some people are stupid. I'm happy that she was caught, of course. But some people are stupid. She FaceTimed them with the friend by. The people got on ski mask. And then she said, yeah, the door is unlocked. Go do what you do. All because talking badly about him. What was she? They trying to rob her? Was she going to get some money from her? Or was she just trying to set him up? There's a lot of questions. And have the people been caught who did the double homicide? The other people. A lot of questions. We'll look into this. It's a crazy case, y'all. Crazy case. End of the day, she got what she deserves. And people are stupid. People are stupid. I always think that criminals should be caught. But some criminals are stupid. Making calls. Spilling the beans. But I guess that's good for the police officers because they can find them easier and make a better case. Absolutely crazy, y'all. Let me know your thoughts on that situation. Let me know if you disagree with anything I said. It's a crazy world, y'all. We got to be careful about who you treat as a friend. That's at the end of the day. Just be careful who you treat as a friend. Absolutely crazy, y'all. Let me know your thoughts. But let's pivot. We're going to pivot over into, we got a 79-year-old veteran kills a naked intruder. So we got 3 videos to look at. So let's get over into that and see what this whole situation was about. At the end of the day, don't break into people's houses. If I think somebody's breaking into my house, I'm going to protect myself. That's how I feel. But let's get over into it and see what we can learn. See if there's anything to learn from this situation or what exactly happened. Why was he trying to break in? Why was he naked? There's a lot of questions. Hopefully we'll get some answers, but let's get over into it.
A violent confrontation between a naked intruder and a landlord leaves one of them dead, the other with broken legs. This happened this morning at a Studio City apartment. A neighbor's camera capturing the intruder as he was walking around the neighborhood naked. Eyewitness News reporter Carlos Granda has the details.
This is the naked suspect just before the incident. A neighbor gave us this surveillance video of him as he comes up to her front door. You see him grab a sign that indicates the house has a security system. Then after a few seconds, he goes across the street. It was a startling wake-up call for neighbors who heard screaming and then the gunshots.
Scrambling and yelling outside, and we just assumed it was a homeless person or somebody getting into a little spat. And then when she heard gunshots, that's when she was frantically texting me like, oh my God, you gotta get back here. I have no idea what's happening.
It happened just after 7 this morning at the apartments next to the off-ramp of the 101 freeway at Tujunga. Witnesses say the naked man broke into the property. Police say he actually got into the apartment and the woman inside was screaming at him to leave. We spoke to one witness who didn't want to be identified.
I heard commotion, like a lady yelling. Then I look over and it was a naked guy. And I was just like, at first I thought it was just like maybe a house fire. Like, why is he out here naked? There was an older guy in the home and the naked guy was walking through their gate and shots were fired. Like I heard one shot. Then I kind of looked over a little bit and the naked guy was on the ground. And the older guy was on the ground and he shot him 2 more times.
Detectives say the suspect was inside when he was confronted by that 79-year-old Vietnam veteran who lives in the same duplex.
The suspect approaches the male 79-year-old and body slams him on the ground. The neighbor, who's 79 years old, subsequently suffered 2 broken legs. The neighbor at the
He got both his legs broken from a body slam? I might be hearing that wrong, but
this time in self-defense shoots the suspect 3 times.
People here say all of this has left them shaken. It's normally a quiet neighborhood.
That's very weird. I don't know, nothing ever. I never thought that something like that would happen here.
If I had $1 for every time on these videos somebody say this never happens here, I'll be a rich man. I'll be a rich man.
Also a report that before this happened, a man was exposing himself nearby at Walter Reed Middle School, and detectives are trying to figure out if these 2 incidents are somehow connected. Reporting from Studio City, I'm Carlos Granda, ABC.
Put him in the jail. Put him in the jail, but we got another video. Let's get over into it.
And breaking right now, 3 federal food benefits are coming now. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm Annabelle Sedano. We'll have new details on that desperately needed money for families in just a moment. But first, a frightening morning in Studio City. A military veteran shot and killed a naked man who attacked him after an attempted burglary at his neighbor's house. NBC4 Investigates was the first to bring you the details of this confrontation. And NBC4's Jonathan Gonzalez has been talking to police and neighbors out there. He joins us live with their reaction and new video of the alleged intruder. Jonathan.
Yeah, Annabelle, a truly wild scene here and morning that played out in Studio City, really shaking up this neighborhood. That Vietnam veteran is now in the hospital after having his legs broken by that alleged intruder. And yes, we just received new video of that intruder moments before the shooting.
That was startling.
A Studio City neighborhood woke up to the sounds of screams Friday morning.
I heard commotion, like a lady yelling. Then I look over and it was a naked guy.
This woman doesn't want to be identified, but she says she was walking along Tujunga Boulevard just south of Moore Park around 7 a.m. when she witnessed what police later called a burglary involving a man who had entered a duplex without any clothes. He was caught on the surveillance video just across the street moments before police say he entered that duplex.
At first I thought it was just like maybe a house fire, like why is he out here naked?
Police say they got a call from a woman living in the front house. She told them she screamed at the naked man to get out, but he refused, so she ran away. That is when police say her neighbor, a 79-year-old Vietnam veteran, came out from the back house and confronted the alleged intruder.
The suspect approaches the male 79-year-old and body slams him on the ground.
Police say the veteran suffered 2 broken legs, but somehow managed to grab his gun.
The neighbor at this time in self-defense shoots the suspect 3 times.
The man, believed to be in his 30s, died on the property. The 79-year-old veteran was taken to the hospital with serious injuries. Police believe the suspect drove his car to the location, leaving it right across the street, stripping off his clothes before entering the property right through the front door. LAPD Captain Warner Castillo says the woman's front door was unlocked, and he urges caution to everyone in Los Angeles.
The days of leaving your front doors open are no longer, they're gone. You gotta lock your doors. That would help everybody.
Maybe I just grew up in it. I guess I've never even thought of leaving my door unlocked. I don't care what kind of place I don't care if I live in a good neighborhood or not. I live in a good neighborhood now. I still won't think about leaving my door unlocked. But I guess some people are fine with it because of the community you're in. But the world is a dangerous place. I'm not leaving my door unlocked. I don't leave my car door unlocked. Because sometimes people just like to come and check and see if it's unlocked or not. I'm an easy hit. But let's finish up this video.
Meanwhile, one woman says her roommate heard the gunshots, and she's just stunned about what happened.
It's very rattling. I actually just moved here a couple of months ago. It's very unnerving.
Now, just before this incident and shooting here, the LAPD says they received a call from Walter Reed Middle School just a few blocks down the street about a man exposing himself. They're now investigating whether the 2 cases are connected. Both men in this incident have not been identified. Reporting in Studio City, I'm Jonathan Gonzalez.
Now, I wonder if they are connected. That'd be crazy. But they said he parked his car, stripped down, and for some reason tried to break into people's houses. Maybe he thought he wouldn't get shot for what he was doing, but nah. You can't do that in the South. He would have been shot just trying to come into the house. But let's get over into this next one. Looks like they're talking with the veteran.
One local veteran is a hero again after confronting and stopping a naked intruder Friday in Studio City. George Carcos is a Vietnam vet today. He's on the mend in the hospital after he shot and killed that intruder. Some say his actions saved his neighbors.
Today, LAPD officers and fellow veterans paid Carcos a visit in the hospital as he recovers. Lindsay Pena is live in Mission Hills with the latest on his recovery and the touching visits he received. Lindsay.
Yeah, Micah, this is one Veterans Day George Carcos won't soon forget. He got those special visitors, people from the LA Police Department, and a woman that he helped save. She was here and speaking to us for the first time.
You as a veteran for your service.
Several LAPD officers and veterans themselves paying a visit to George Carcos in the hospital on this Veterans Day. The 79-year-old Vietnam vet has been getting a lot of support since last Friday. That's when he shot and killed a naked intruder on his property, but only after the man had slammed him to the ground, breaking both of George's legs.
This incident, although it was horrible, it brought me a great feeling that I was able to do something to protect other people.
Those other people were his wife and their tenant, Chloe Dieslak, who was also at the hospital today, checking in on him, grateful he made it out alive.
He was protecting me, and I would have felt so horrible if something had happened to him. He saved my life. I don't know what would have happened if he wasn't there.
She took us back to those terrifying moments at her Studio City home in the early morning hours. Her husband had left to walk the dog, and she heard a commotion outside.
I made it about halfway to our front door, and it just burst open, and there was a naked man standing there with his arms raised in the air, screaming gibberish at me.
The man was captured on camera naked and wandering through the neighborhood minutes before bursting into Chloe's house. She says she managed to bolt past him. Once outside, the man came face to face with her landlord, George. She noticed he was armed but trying to reason with the intruder.
I was screaming. George was actually very calm, and he was saying to him, you know, please leave. The cops are on their way. I've called the police. Please get off.
Chloe says the man rushed at George, taking him down and in the process breaking both his legs. Video shows the two on the ground, the confrontation coming to a deadly end after George managed to fire several shots.
George's leg was like completely wrong, and the man was dead. I saw a ton of blood. I was hysterical. It was the worst thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
George had to undergo surgery and faces a long recovery ahead. His family starting a GoFundMe to help with the expenses, but everyone involved saying they're just thankful George made it through this bizarre and terrifying ordeal.
It was like the biggest relief of my life.
One day at a time, and I'm doing better. But I can hardly wait till I can stand up again. That's going to be quite a while.
Both legs?
There is still no ID on that suspect. As for George, if you'd like to donate to his GoFundMe, we have a link on our website, ktla.com. That's the latest from Mission.
Absolutely crazy. This man, a naked intruder, body slams him and breaks both his legs. And he's still able to get up, or not even get up, but grab his gun and kill the suspect. Sounds like he was going crazy. Sounds like he was crazy. We got to be honest. Sounds like he was crazy. They said when he bust open the door, he had his arms raised, speaking gibberish. Couldn't even be reasoned with. Had to do what he had to do. Absolutely crazy situation, y'all. That's a crazy situation. Let me know your thoughts. And let me know if you disagree with anything I said. That's a wild situation. Getting body slammed and then both your legs broken. 79 years old. I mean, hey, we're happy that he was able to make it out alive. But a long road to recovery. They got a GoFundMe, so if you feel like go donate. Absolutely crazy. Y'all let me know your thoughts on that situation. We're going to pivot now. We're going to go over to a crazy case. We got a crazy case we're going to get into. It looks like An inmate is murdered less than a day into his DUI sentencing. Jail is not a place I want to be. As simple as that. Jail is not a place I want to be. But let's get over into it and see what we can learn from this situation. We're going to go into a video, and then we got an article to get into. So let's jump into it, y'all. Let's jump into it.
Well, it was just supposed to be a 90-day DUI sentence at the Cumberland County Prison, but 41-year-old Eric Garner never made it home, unfortunately. In fact, less than a day after he was booked, he was beaten to death, allegedly by his own cellmate. CBS 21's Kennedy Miller spoke to his family, who say they are completely heartbroken and they want answers tonight.
But this was just cold-blooded murder. He murdered him.
I still feel like it's a nightmare. It's not real.
On October 23rd, 41-year-old Eric Gaynor took his last breath. He was a father, brother, son, and beloved bartender from Williamsport. His family tells me he was known for his kind heart and humor.
He took a kind, gentle soul. Eric wouldn't hurt a fly. And for his last moments to be that fear.
He just had an energy that was undeniable. He touched everyone that he was around.
Gaynor had just started a 90-day DUI sentence on October 22nd. His girlfriend, Tessa Shorb, dropped him off that afternoon, never imagining it would be the last time she saw him alive.
I told him that, don't worry, it is one of the safest jails, the nicest jails. Like, it's going to be easy. You're going to get through it.
But the next day, she got a call.
No jail. There's always a chance that something happens in a jail. You're in a jail filled with criminals. You're in a jail filled with some people who have nothing to lose. So, end of the day, just don't go to jail. Don't go to jail. It's a tragic situation. 90 days. That's all he had to be in there was 90 days, and he couldn't even survive a day. Let's keep going.
No one wants to receive.
I mean, it wasn't even 24 hours from when I dropped him off at 1:30 to Wednesday when I got the phone call from the warden.
Investigators say the man that you see on your screen, 33-year-old D'Angelo Nallon, walked into Gaynor's cell, beat him to death while he slept. Nallon is now charged with criminal homicide and remains in custody at Cumberland County Prison.
It was tough to see him like.
Beat him
from the warden.
Investigators say the man that you see on your screen, 33-year-old D'Angelo Nallon, walked into Gaynor's cell, beat him to death while he slept. Nallon is now charged with criminal homicide and remains in custody at Cumberland County Prison.
It was tough to see him like that. I'm really mad.
I don't know why you would beat somebody like that, no matter what was said or anything.
He took the better part of me. I mean, if I could trade places with Eric, I would have in a heartbeat.
As the family continues to grieve, they're holding on to memories of who Eric was.
I mean, we made it through the worst of circumstances together. And somehow I think we became somewhat respectable men. He was an awesome dad.
The biggest dorky dad joke teller ever. He just loved to make people laugh.
And even as the family celebrates his life, they can't help but ask how this happened.
You know, with brain injuries, there's seconds matter. Seconds matter. Minutes matter. How long was he there? How long did they keep him in their infirmary? How long did it take for somebody to come to his aid?
Now, I have reached out to the Cumberland County Prison to get those answers for the Gaynor family, but they say they cannot comment as it is an ongoing investigation. If you would like to help the Gaynor family, they have created a GoFundMe. It can be found on our website at cbs21.com. In Cumberland County, Kennedy Miller, CBS 21 News.
Yes, I have questions. What made this man beat him while he was asleep? Maybe he was trying to show his dominance, saying that I'm the leader of this room. See, Jail is not a place for me. You got to be careful. You never know who you'll piss off. You never know what somebody's willing to do. You never know when somebody's willing to throw their life away. But let's get over into this news article by the New York Post and see if we can learn anything else about this situation. Let's get into it. So, looks like, move this out the way, move that out the way. Oh, golly. All right. A drunk driving dad was beaten to death just hours after being booked into a Pennsylvania prison to start his 90-day sentence. According to authorities, Eric Garner, 41, was found badly battered with a swollen brain in his cell in the Cumberland County on October 23rd after fellow inmate reportedly hearing him screaming, "Stop and help. What did I do?" According to the court documents, it wasn't even 24 hours from when he was dropped off. When I got a phone call from the warden, Gardner's grieving girlfriend, Tessa said. But that's him. The father of one was sentenced on October 21st for DUI for a November crash in which his car reared down an embankment in Silver Springs Township. The bartender had no reason to fear for his life when he dropped off. When he was dropped off at the jail the next day, his girlfriend said. I told him, "Don't worry, it's the safest jail, the nicest jail. You're going to get through it." However, his cellmate, D'Angelo Nolan, 33 of California, allegedly hurled him to the floor and killed him with his bare hands the morning after he was booked, according to another cellmate reportedly hearing punches at around 11:50 a.m., along with screams, according to the affidavit of probable cause. The inmate reportedly saw Nolan toss the defenseless Garner off the upper bunk and onto the cell floor, where he began punching and kicking him, according to the affidavit. Garner was asleep when he was attacked. When the attack started, and no motive was given by the police for the seemingly unprovoked attack. He was rushed to the hospital for an emergency surgery, but died from his injuries around 6:30 p.m. on October 24th, the day after he was attacked and 2 days after arriving in the jail. So that is the killer. This was just cold-blooded murder, his brother said. He was kind, gentle soul. He took the better part of me. Nolan was charged with criminal homicide. He was serving time for trespassing for refusing to leave a truck stop, allegedly punching someone in the head when he was asked to leave. So he's just a violent individual in general. Sounds like either he wanted to show his dominance. That's what it sounds like to me. He wanted to show that he was the dominant person in the cell. But he ended up, instead of just getting trespassing charges, now he's got criminal homicide and most likely got to spend the rest of his life in jail. People are stupid. This is, at the end of the day, this is why I'm an advocate of never going to jail. Never, ever going to jail. It's a crazy time, y'all. It's a crazy time. It's an awful situation. He was supposed to be in there for 90 days. Couldn't make it a day before somebody beat him to death with their bare hands. And he was screaming, "Why? What did I do?" It's a crazy situation, y'all. It's a crazy situation. Wow. But now he's got to face the punishment for his charges. Instead of his little trespassing charge, he's got a criminal homicide. Life in jail. What was it worth it? Was it worth it? And they can't sue nobody. They can't sue nobody because the jail can't control that. Then it's even worse. I can't imagine what the girlfriend's feeling like, because when she dropped him off, she said, what did she say? Let's go back to her exact words. Girlfriend Tessa say, where did she say? I told him, "Don't worry, It's one of the safest jails, the nicest jail. You're going to get through it. The last words she said to him. It's a tragic situation. We got to pray for the grieving family. I want to know what was going through the inmate's head. I'm thinking that it was just he was trying to show his dominance. But something could have happened to where he felt like he was provoked. Still doesn't make a difference. Still took somebody's life while they was sleeping. Coward. At the end of the day, coward. Absolutely crazy, y'all. Let me know your thoughts on that situation. It's, end of the day, y'all, what I always say, it's a cold world. It is a cold world. And we gotta review the world together. We have to review the world together. Now we gotta pivot. We're gonna pivot over into the last thing we're gonna talk about today. Looks like there was a deadly Florida bar crash. Got a deadly Florida bar crash. So let's get over into it and see what we can learn. We got 2 videos to look at. We'll probably see if we can find an article afterwards. But let's get over into it. Absolutely crazy. Remember, y'all, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell so you can be up to date on all the videos. Let's get into it.
We start tonight with tragic news out of Tampa tonight. 4 lives lost and 11 others injured after a speeding driver slammed into a crowd in Ybor City. The car finally stopped after crashing through pedestrians outside, as well as the patio of the popular LGBTQ bar Bradley's on 7th. This evening, we're learning more about the moments that led up to this tragedy. Now, this is the man who Tampa police say is responsible. 22-year-old Silas Sampson. Officials say Sampson was driving recklessly and speeding on I-275 before exiting the interstate while trying to evade police. And we have the police helicopter video from that pursuit and the moment leading up to when police say Sampson lost control of the vehicle and crashed into multiple pedestrians. 10 Tampa Bay news reporter Nick Volturo was at the scene of the crash and spoke with community members who say this is a nightmare.
A night out in Ybor City shattered in seconds. Police say 2 cars were racing down Hillsborough Avenue just after midnight. One bailed, the other kept going, speeding south on I-275.
They were out in Ybor having a good time, expecting to go home safely, and a careless, reckless driver takes everybody's lives in his hands and just ended this night in a situation that's never going to be the same for these individuals.
Troopers tried to stop the driver near Nebraska and Palm, even attempted a pit maneuver, but he didn't stop. Moments later, he slammed into a crowd outside Bradley's bar.
With all the promising and upcoming things happening to the neighborhood, it's just...
Did the pit maneuver cause him to crash? Or crash into the... Was the pit maneuver right before he crashed into there? Or did he lose control like after he gained stability? Let's keep going.
Very, very tragic and, just heartbreaking to wake up to this type of news.
Police say the driver, 22-year-old Silas Sampson, was arrested at the scene.
All the victims were over 20, and they were all adults.
4 dead, cars towed, glass in gutters. But for people who live here, it's not just a scene to clean up. It's a night they won't ever forget.
Just really hate to hear that so many people that come down here, wanting to spend time, it's right before the holidays, and then something like this happens. People that work here, the families of the victims, just everyone that's touched and involved with this.
In Ybor City, Nick Volturo, 10 Tampa Bay News.
And according to our search records, 22-year-old Silas Sampson had a recent speeding citation for driving 99 in a 70-mile-per-hour zone. And tonight, Tampa Pride released a statement on Facebook saying, in part, quote, "We extend our deepest sympathies to those who lost their lives and send healing prayers to those who were injured. Bradley's holds a special place in our LGBTQIA community and in the heart of the Ybor neighborhood."
Absolutely crazy, y'all. Let's get over into this next video so we can see if we can learn any more details about this. I want to know, did the pit maneuver cause the crash? or did he just lose control? Like after the pit maneuver, he was able to gain back control, but he lost control for some reason. But it's right now, it's sounding like the pit maneuver, when they tried to stop him, he lost control, and that is when he ran into the crowd. But I'm not sure. Let's keep going and see if we can learn what exactly happened.
A horrific tragedy captured on camera. Tampa police releasing this video of a reckless driver they say lost control, barreling into a crowded outdoor bar patio in Ybor City over the weekend. Authorities say 4 people were killed, 17 others injured.
They were out in Ybor having a good time, expecting to go home safely, and a careless, reckless driver takes everybody's lives in his hands and just ended this night in a situation that's never going to be the same for these individuals.
Police also releasing this dramatic helicopter video showing officers in pursuit of the driver as he speeds down the highway. At one point, attempting what police call a pit maneuver, bumping the back of the speeding car to make it spin out and stop. But as the car approached Tampa's historic and crowded downtown, officers ultimately backed off. The driver still speeding, then losing control. Police arresting 22-year-old Silas Sampson at the scene, releasing this video of the suspect after he was taken into custody. According to his arrest documents, Sampson was carrying a gun, attempted to flee the scene on foot, and resisted arrest. Authorities say after Sampson was detained, he made spontaneous statements, including he made a mistake and asked how many people he had killed. Documents reveal police also smelled alcohol on his breath.
Silas Kenneth Sampson.
Sampson making his first appearance before a judge on Sunday. He'll remain in jail until his next hearing Thursday. It's not clear if Sampson has an attorney at this time. The crash victims have been identified as Christina Richards, Lisa Johnson, Sherman Jones, and Marlon Collins. Over the weekend, vigils were held to honor the victims. One survivor speaking.
A lot of negligence happened. A young man who was not capable of making good decisions decided to get behind the wheel last night.
I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. I am happy that he survived. He's happy to have his opinion. But at 22 years old, you're old enough to make the right decisions. He chose to drink and drive. He chose to get into a high-speed race. He chose not to stop when the police told him to. He chose to try to flee on foot. These are choices that he made and that he could have not done. But he allegedly took 4 people's lives. I wonder, because we talked about it in another video, how they can charge him with murder because he knew he was doing something dangerous and he still decided to do it. I wonder if they might go down that route. But let's keep going and see what he has to say.
And he took good people away from their families, and he's hurt so many other people.
The bar's owner also releasing a statement following the tragedy, saying in part, "This event has been very traumatic for my entire staff and myself. Our thoughts and prayers go to the families of those who were killed." Sampson faces a number of felony charges, including vehicular manslaughter.
Dana joins us now live. Dana, there's some issue here. You know, you have all those people there in downtown Tampa, busy area. People are out at bars, obviously having a good time, going to restaurants. Should there have been barriers blocking this entertainment district?
Well, Tom, that's some of the questions that are being raised. You know, officials say that there's no evidence to indicate that Sampson was trying to deliberately target a person or a specific business. But many people think there should be some sort of safety barrier in this particular community because it draws large crowds because of the popular nightlife venues there. Tom?
Okay, Dana Griffin for us tonight. Dana, we thank you. We thank you.
I mean, you got to think, should there be barricades on any kind of district like this or any entertainment area? But if someone's, I don't think it was target. It's just he was doing the stupid thing, and he made stupid choices, made the wrong choices, and he ended up killing people. I don't think barricades, like, yes, it can help, but it's not like, if you're saying that this area needs barricades, I think you're saying that all the entertainment districts where there's a lot of people partying downtown, stuff like that, needs barricades to protect the people. Would it help? Yes, it would help, but it's not going to stop people from still doing stupid things, doing horrible things. Absolutely crazy, y'all. Let me know. Hold on. Oh, before we end, let me see if we can. So let's see. Daily. Crash kills 4. See if we got anything else for the most recent stuff. 533. Let's see, a day ago. So the Florida Patrol has filed 6 additional charges against Silas Sampson, the man accused of ramming his vehicle into the crowd, killing 4 over the weekend. Sampson made his first appearance in the court Wednesday afternoon for new second-degree charges: 3 counts of fleeing to elude, 3 counts of reckless driving. There was confusion in the courtroom over the charges and the new documents during Sampson's first appearance on Wednesday. Sampson was already facing multiple charges after the deadly class, including 4 counts of vehicular homicide, 4 counts of aggravated fleeing and to elude, causing bodily injury or death. His hearing will remain as scheduled as Thursday at 9:30, when the courts will decide if he gets bond. According to the Hampton court records, Sampson received a citation from FHP in September for driving 99 in a 70-mile-per-hour zone. The backstory: the Sampson is accused of crashing his vehicle into a massive crowd outside of Barley's on 7th, located at the 1500 blocks of East 7th Avenue in Ybor City. More than a dozen people were hit outside the business. The crash was the aftermath of the police pursuit. Authorities said 10 police officers spotted 2 vehicles racing near Hannah Avenue and Nebraska Avenue at around 12:30 a.m. on Saturday. They proceeded westbound on Hillbrook Avenue when one of the vehicles drove onto southbound I-275. TPD air unit tracked it as it was exited downtown. FHP troopers joined in and tracked the vehicle to Nebraska Avenue and Palm Avenue, where they attempted to do a pit maneuver. Despite that, the vehicle proceeded down to the busy 7th Avenue when he lost control and plowed into the crowd. Police identified the 4 victims as Christine Richards, Lisa Johnson, Sherman Jones, and Marlon Collins. So 25 to 53. The crash rattled the community, and a vigil for the victims was on Saturday, drew many people. Sampson appeared virtually in court Sunday morning, where the Harborough State Attorney Office filed a motion to keep the crash suspect in custody, citing that he possesses a danger to the community. Yeah. Absolutely crazy, y'all. Absolutely crazy situation. We will keep up with it to see if we can learn or what he gets, the trial, and how much bond they'll end up giving him. It's a crazy situation, no matter what you think about. Some people are very stupid. Some people will do things despite knowing what it could cause or the deaths it can cause. But it's, at the end of the day, we got to pray for the family members who died. We got to pray for the people who survived. These are things you would never want to see. Things you would never want to see. But it's a crazy situation no matter what you think about it. It's a crazy situation no matter what you think about it. Yep, they haven't released a bond yet. Absolutely crazy. A judge has ordered that Sampson will remain in jail without bond until the trial. So no bond. Good. No bond. I like it. Absolutely crazy, y'all. Absolutely crazy. Let me know what your thoughts on that situation is. Let me know if you disagree with anything I said. It's a crazy world, but we got to review the world together. We have to review the world together. That is it for the show, y'all. That is it for the show. Thank you if you watch now. Thank you if you watch later. It's a crazy world, y'all, but we got to review the world together. We have to review the world together. Like always, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell so you can be up to date on all the videos I'm dropping. And if you ever disagree with anything I said, please leave a comment so we can have a civilized discussion about it. Like always, these videos will be broken down so we can watch the exact one you like to watch. It's a crazy world, y'all. Keep your head on the swivel. Keep your head on the swivel. But you already know I got to play the outro. You got to play the outro. But that's it for now, y'all. Peace.